History is often told in headlines and polished portraits, kings, wars, inventions. But behind those textbook pages are moments so raw, so human, they feel almost unreal. These aren't the staged images from museums. These are the stolen seconds, the intimate glances, the rare captures of people in their truest form. And sometimes, the story in the photo is even bigger than the event itself. Today, we're starting at the end of our list, with a genius whose mind reshaped the universe, and a photograph that proves even legends have their quiet moments. 11. Albert Einstein explains the universe. A modest lecture hall in Japan. The man at the front isn't dressed like a king or a warrior. He's in a simple suit, hair already showing the wild streaks we'd all come to recognize. Albert Einstein, the man who bent space and time with his mind, stands before a chalkboard. On it, strange symbols and looping lines dance like secret constellations. This is him, mid-thought, explaining the theory of relativity not to scientists in lab coats, but to an audience filled with students, curious citizens, and local academics. The photo captures something that's often lost in history, the vulnerability of genius. Here is the most brilliant mind of the century, not in a lab, not winning a Nobel Prize, but simply sharing knowledge, chalk dust on his fingers, eyes alight with the joy of discovery. It's a reminder that behind every great discovery is a teacher and a moment where someone, somewhere, understood the world differently for the first time. 10. Eiffel on his tower. The air in Paris buzzes with curiosity. The Exposition Universelle has just revealed the most daring piece of engineering the city has ever seen. A wrought iron structure stabbing 1,083 feet into the sky. Most visitors are still gawking from below. But high above, Alexander Gustav Eiffel himself is doing something unexpected, strolling along the top platform with a friend, like it's a Sunday promenade. The wind tugs at their coats, and the city stretches endlessly below. This photograph doesn't just show a man enjoying his creation. It's a portrait of vision fulfilled. The Eiffel Tower was mocked by critics during construction, called ugly, impractical, a monstrous skeleton. And yet here he is, smiling over the Paris skyline, proving them all wrong. It's the kind of quiet victory only a builder knows, when the world doubts you, and then can't imagine life without what you've made. 9. Schwarzenegger the student. California. The streets smell of oil and sun-baked asphalt, the air buzzing with the sound of muscle cars. In a dimly lit classroom, a hulking figure sits hunched over a desk. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not the movie star, not the bodybuilding legend, not the governor. Just Arnold, a recent immigrant from Austria, attending night school to improve his English. His massive arms seem almost out of place among the neat rows of notebooks and textbooks. Yet his expression is sharp, focused. This photo captures a truth most people forget. Every dream starts with learning something new. Before he conquered the stage and screen, Arnold sat quietly in a classroom, turning the unfamiliar into the familiar, word by word. It's a reminder that even giants have to start small. 8. The birth of Iron Mike. Albany, New York. The ring lights burn bright against the dark, smoky air. In the corner stand a 19-year-old with a shaved head, his muscles coiled like springs, eyes cold and unblinking. This is Mike Tyson, moments before his first professional fight. Behind him stands Cus D'Amato, the man who took in a troubled kid from Brooklyn and shaped him into a weapon. Cus isn't shouting, he isn't pacing. He's watching with the quiet intensity of someone who knows this is history in the making. Tyson's opponent that night was Hector Mercedes. The fight didn't last long. One round, a flurry of punches, and it was over. But this photo freezes the moment before the storm. The calm before Tyson's career would explode into one of the most dominant reigns in boxing history. It's more than a sports picture. It's a story of redemption, mentorship, and destiny. 7. The boy in the TV window. The world is changing, And in a small town somewhere in America, change comes glowing from the display window of an appliance store. A young boy stands on the sidewalk, his nose almost touching the glass, eyes wide with wonder. Inside, a television flickers, his first ever glimpse of moving images that aren't in a movie theater. The screen hums with black and white pictures of people talking, dancing, smiling. For the boy, it's magic, and for the world, it's the beginning of a new era. Television would go on to shape culture, politics, and entire generations. But in this one image, it's still pure innocence, a kid, a screen, and the sense that life will never be the same again. 6. Fuel from the plains. The American frontier was not for the faint of heart. In this rare photograph, a pioneer woman bends over in the tall grass, collecting buffalo chips, dried animal dung, into a sack. This wasn't a chore for the squeamish, but it was a necessity. Out on the plains, where trees were scarce, these chips were fuel for cooking and heat. The image tells a story of resilience and resourcefulness, of women who not only kept the home, but kept the fire burning, literally. Her sun-hardened face, the endless sky behind her, and the quiet dignity in her work capture the essence of survival in a land that offered nothing for free. It's a snapshot of time when every scrap of life was hard-earned. 5. The Paris Lamplighter. Paris is a city of poetry, music, and art, but at dusk, it becomes the city of light. This photo captures a lamplighter mid-climb, his ladder propped against an ornate street lamp, his silhouette framed by the fading sun. With a long pole, he reaches up and ignites the flame that will guide Parisians through the night. Before electricity, lamplighters were part of the city's rhythm, their work both functional and romantic. The cobblestone streets, the soft glow of gaslight, the quiet footsteps of a man making his rounds. It's a scene that feels plucked from a dream, yet was once a nightly reality. 4. Edison and his electric car. In a black and white photograph that feels like the future hidden in the past, Thomas Edison stands proudly next to his invention, an electric car. Yes, decades before Tesla, there was Edison experimenting with battery-powered vehicles. He's dressed in a long coat and bowler hat, his expression calm but confident, as if he knows he's looking at a glimpse of tomorrow. The car itself is simple, boxy, almost quaint by modern standards, but in that moment, it represented possibility. The world wasn't ready for Edison's electric dream then, but the photo proves that even in the 19th century, visionaries were already thinking about a world beyond gasoline. 3. Tea on the Great Pyramid. The Egyptian sun blazes overhead, but atop the Great Pyramid of Giza, a group of tourists sits casually sipping tea. Yes, tea, porcelain cups, saucers, a full spread laid out on a white cloth. Behind them, the endless desert stretches to the horizon, and far below, the ancient city hums with life. This surreal moment blends two worlds, the grandeur of one of humanity's oldest wonders and the leisure of early 20th century travel. Today, such a picnic would be unthinkable, but in that moment, it was just another day for well-dressed travelers chasing the thrill of the exotic. 2. The Man on the Mast of NYC. New York City is a forest of steel and glass, but high above it all, one man is at work. Perched on the antenna of the World Trade Center, he's a tiny figure against a massive sky. The photograph, taken by Peter Kaplan, captures the dizzying scale of both man and machine. There's no safety harness, no crowd cheering him on, just a worker doing his job hundreds of feet above the streets. It's a tribute to the quiet courage of those who build, maintain, and protect the structures we take for granted. 1. The Girl Who Carried Her Family. Muscle Beach, California. A crowd has gathered, drawn by the sight of a 9-year-old girl named April. She steps forward, her small frame taut with effort, and lifts a platform bearing her family, over 425 pounds, balanced on her back. The audience erupts in cheers. but the photo freezes her in the moment of pure strength. It's not just a stunt, it's a statement. In the shadow of World War II, when the world had seen both destruction and resilience, this little girl became a symbol of human potential. Her smile says it all. Strength isn't just about size, it's about spirit.